I'm John Roseman with Tonsorial Virtuoso. Welcome to Cut Your Own Hair, haircut number 001, part 2. To learn more about me or my company, visit our website at howtvcutblackmenshair.com. To learn more about black men's hair cutting, download our ebook titled Tonsorial Virtuoso, Black Men's Hair Cutting. You can download that from Amazon.com. Again, I'm John Roseman with Tonsorial Virtuoso. Thanks for watching. Let's take a look on the other side. The other side blended a little bit easier. I've been cutting hair for over 25 years, and something a lot of people don't realize is that your hair grows differently on each side, so they don't blend or respond to hair cutting exactly the same way. So you have to make, artistic adjustments to accomplish some symmetry. And so this side blended out much faster, much easier. It all boils down to, how the hair patterns actually. So that wraps it up for our tapering steps. And what I'm going to do now, with the clippers still, with the lever adjusted so that the clippers are cutting at their longest length without a clipper guard. In other words, the lever is all the way extended and not retracted. I'm going to go feather in another little step right around the nape, just over the ears, starting right around the temporal area in the front. And I'm using angling technique to, determine just how much hair I want to take off. Okay. Takes a little getting used to using the two mirrors too, but basically you don't begin cutting until you have the sight picture that you want. That means you have the area that you want to work in great focus. Then you begin your cutting. Okay. You notice at the nape I changed the angle a little bit because I want it a little slightly closer than, and right above the ear, change the angle a little bit, improve the angle so that it's cutting slightly closer. And ladies and gentlemen, we're basically done with that step. I'm kind of over cutting now. Like I said, this is a haircut that you can do in about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, And so now I'm going right to the front of my head. And this step here is done ever so lightly. I'm tapering and feathering out the forehead hairline. It just makes it contour, the look of your hair contour to the actual shape of your head, so you don't have like a kind of like a bang popping up in the front of your head, and it actually makes it more appealing and aesthetic in terms of the lineup. You just take a little bit of, ever so lightly, clippers are open, extended, the lever is extended all the way out. Okay. Now in the back I noticed, you know, a little bit of a step or hairline, or let's say some inconsistency, and I'm going to use the clippers with them still in that same position, kind of pick out that and feather out these little differences. Try and make it smooth, uniform. Right in this area here, I've actually drawn the lever in a little bit, take out a little bit more length for blending purposes. Right here, leave it open, extend it, pull out that, and let's move on. This is supposed to be a quick haircut. Okay, now we're going to move into the hairline. For this, I'm going to use the Andes outliner. Many barbers will tell you all trimmer roads end at the outline. I've tried tons of trimmers, numerous different varieties, different companies, different models. I always seem to come back to the Andes outliner. It's just the end all for clipper trimmers because it has just the right amount of power, and once we do our little adjustment to the blades, you know, you get those sharp clipper lines. But here's the thing, this is what I'm using. I've been a barber, cutting hair for 25 years, licensed barber. I know how to adjust clippers, and then also, perhaps more importantly than knowing how to adjust the blades so that they're cutting at a maximum sharpness, or closeness, which some people call zeroing out the blades, basically zero overlap between the actual blade and the blade guard. Not only that, I know how to do that, but also having developed a hand that can moderate pressure, so that even if they're cutting too sharp, I can moderate the pressure so that I don't harm myself or others as much. So this is not something I recommend for the home use person. What I do recommend for home use is this clipper here. It's by Wahl. Right out of the box you get very very sharp, close hair cutting. They're pretty much already zeroed out. They come with a kit that helps you adjust the clippers to zero if they come out of alignment or whatever. And this is a safer option. It's not a clipper that I prefer to use today myself. I'm just spoiled by the Andes outliner. I just appreciate the power and the overall performance of it too much. But I have tested these, and these will right out of the box give you pretty close to that barber touch in terms of lining hair up. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start my hair lining, or lining up the hair from the back. Here's what I like for you to notice. Part of what allows me to manage the pressure and also manage the clipper in general is that it's not pure freehand. In other words, I'm not just cutting from air. My fingers are free from the clippers, and those are the first things that touch my skin or my head. So I'm using my fingers, to balance the clippers lower them with just the right amount of pressure to my skin, and also to maintain precise control over the clippers. Also to pull down the ear. So 2 fingers, my thumb and my trigger finger, is moving the clipper like maybe you would a pencil or a brush, and my other fingers are holding or touching the skin or holding down the ear. Again, once you got the mirror position, got the right sight picture, you can commence cutting. In this case, I'm using my palm for the same function I was initially using my fingers. The back of my palm, or rather the palm of my hand, is going to my neck, and I'm using it to balance the clippers. This time I'm just using my pinky to balance the clippers. Now my palm. Wait till you got that sight picture